we're talking about working on yourself. Every day is an opportunity to work on yourself. So here's a question. For someone out there who may be lost, to not know where to start about living your best life, how does that, what does somebody do? Where can that person begin if they're kind of lost and they don't know what they're going through, or maybe they don't know what they want to do in life? Is there something that when you engage with you're in an amazing dance studio, and it's like you engage with women from all walks of life, but is there a way that you tell somebody to start? Because you have those intimate conversations. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that's a great question, and I would say, as basic as it might sound, communication. I think as women, we hold things in, we don't talk, everybody's perfect, especially with the advent of social media. Everybody's perfect, and every day's great, and you're in love, and it's all great. But I would say that I think just communicating with other women, and I think that's what I've learned over the years with the studio. You don't know what's going on with someone else. I spoke alongside Michelle Obama this past summer, and that was one of her biggest takeaways, that you don't know what's going on with somebody else, and communicating and finding out and breaking barriers, especially as women, can really make the difference to take those next steps instead of saying, I would do this. I really think just being able to talk and connect with people, as hard as it is some days, that, to stop in your day and say, hey, I'm Kim, and who are you, and what are you about, and I'm going to share these things I probably wouldn't tell another person, can be so therapeutic and so important.
Susie, when people are there's a vulnerability aspect, of course, if you're going to open yourself up, and you might not know how it's going to get received, how does somebody maybe have some more of the confidence to do that? We're human, we feel, that's quintessentially us. But some people may have a wall, they may not want to open that up, and that wall, we can argue that if you have that wall, it may be taken away from your potential to have joy in your life. How do you kind of open that up for somebody that may be a little reserved?
Yeah, I'm thinking back even to clients I've worked with, and I would say, because the three of us even discussed, we're here today on the second coldest day in Chicago, and why? Because we are in our best life. We don't care that people are going to judge us. We've either had a mom, a dad, somebody go, are you crazy? Why would you go to that? And it's because we're confident that this gives us more than what it costs us to be here. But I think about the women you're asking about, which is women who've not even given themselves permission yet to dream or to even know what they want. And I've worked with women like that they couldn't open up yet because they wouldn't even first know. And I would say the first step for a woman who's done everything for everyone else for so long she no longer even knows what her best life looks like, first start with a dream. So even if you don't have permission to just say, I need or want to do this, just start with, if you could do something that to you would be fun, or you just want to even try it to see if it's fun. Like, they may not know that they like dancing, but if you could, what would that look like? And just start with writing it down, and then start with taking out magazines and Google vision board, and just start with words and pictures that may possibly be what you might possibly want. And I say those words specifically because that's what it took with my hardest clients. Like, if I had said, go cut out pictures of what you want in life, they would come back blank. And if I said, well, what would be possibilities? Then all of a sudden there was words like wedding, or a couple, or a beach, because it wasn't the harshness of, I want this. They wouldn't even give themselves permission at first. It was just like, I might possibly, if it ever could happen, that might be nice. And so I think just start with a dream, and then put it on a list, write words down, and then start having magazines or other ways, even if it's social media, do it online, but start with letting others' pictures or words speak to you of, like, that might go in my might be nice box, and then share it with others who are willing to dream with you, not those that you know already are going to steal your dream.
It takes a village to really do things, and we think about that and from a health perspective. You're surrounding yourself with people that will help you get better at what you want to do. Somebody that's there that may have their own agenda and not help you become a better person. I would argue that is not your friend. That is somebody that you don't want to be around. I'm saying it for real. People that want to support you to meet your dreams. Those are the people you surround yourself with in your life. And I tell that to all my high school kids, by the way, in my clinical practice. But it's life. I mean, it really is. You're talking about passions when you're talking about just writing down what could this possibly look like That is awesome, and that's a great exercise for somebody to do out there that may be struggling. You know, Jody, you've been living your passion now because, you know, you said earlier you want to get back into doing what you do. You know, talk a little bit more about just following a passion in life.
Well, I kind of elaborate with what she just said, because I started with a journal. I had all these dreams and goals in my head and I didn't know what to do with them. And I started with a journal and I started to write them down. It was therapeutic, it was mind opening, it was extremely helpful, and it helped me, it gave me a visual. And then from there I broke down those goals. And that's what that's the kind of the next step. After you write them down, don't be shy, just write those dreams down, write those goals down, and then break them down and figure out how you're going to accomplish that. So for me, finding my passion was finding a job or a career that would allow me to be me, because I came to terms and accepted myself for who I am. So I wanted to find a job where I could be myself at, because I think being real is so important. We just have to be real. And then I wanted a job that would allow me to be the mom and the wife I wanted to be and the friend I wanted to be. And being in real estate gave me that flexibility. Being an entrepreneur and a business owner gives me that flexibility. So that was really important to me. So I really have found a job, and then I get to sell houses. I mean, it's wonderful. I get to,
That's an American dream.
I get to help people. Exactly, I get to help people accomplish their goals and their dreams. So it is a really perfect fit for me. So that's how I.
Let me ask this